It's Monday, October 11th, 2010, and this week's BeakerBeat, Sanofi Aventis gets tired of waiting, so now they're barking up a different tree. But will it work? Plus, the biotech landscape seems to be shrinking, but is it just an illusion? We'll take a look. And whooping cough is making a comeback. Find out how one state is trying to fight this resurgence of whooping cough. I just like saying whooping cough. All that and more in this week's edition of BeakerBeat. Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of BeakerBeat. I'm Mike Justice, thanks for tuning in. Well, after dragging on for a few weeks now, things are starting to get hostile.
Hostile?
No, not that hostile. Hostile, as in angry. Anyway, this deal between Sanofi Aventis and Genzyme isn't as easy as pie.
Pie.
Pie. Sanofi Aventis has decided that waiting around for Genzyme's board to make a decision is a sucker's bet. They just can't seem to get through to Genzyme's management. So the French drug maker has gone hostile with its $18.5 billion bid for Genzyme, hoping to get somewhere with shareholders instead. As one expert put it, quote, they'd be silly not to approach the shareholders directly, end quote. It's been more than a month since Genzyme told Sanofi to go away. And like a precocious child, Sanofi keeps asking, and mommy Genzyme keeps saying no. Even a September 20th meeting with Genzyme chief Henry Termeer was declared unproductive by Sanofi CEO Chris Viehbacher. So just like when you were a kid and mommy says no, you can't have any pie, Sanofi went to daddy. Daddy being the Genzyme shareholders. Keep up here, Jeremy. After many meetings with Genzyme shareholders, Viehbacher decided he should push forward. In a letter to Termeer, Viehbacher says the shareholders, quote, are supportive of our initiative and, like us, are frustrated with your refusal to have meaningful discussions with us regarding our proposal, end quote. In other words, we want our pie, and since you won't give us any pie, maybe daddy will give us pie.
Pie.
No, there's no real pie. Focus, Jeremy. Analysts uniformly believe Sanofi will end up boosting its $69 per share offer, but it's no surprise Sanofi came out with a hostile bid that's no higher than its friendly offer. Genzyme's management didn't like the price, sure, but as Viehbacher said himself, there's no need for Sanofi to bid against itself at this point. So continue to look for something in the $75 range to get a deal done, whether it be with mommy or daddy. Anyway, tell us what you think about this story or any story that you see in today's show. It's very simple. You click on the orange button below me, a box will pop up. You type in your comment, send it to me. I promise I'll read and respond to every one of them. And when you're done watching BeakerBeat, check out Beaker's blog, where we examine the rise and fall of a small life sciences company, plus digging deeper into possible changes in the 510(k) approval process. All that and more on Beaker's blog.
The Phantom is real.
Performing phantom recalls and pleading for mercy on Capitol Hill isn't the only thing that Johnson & Johnson's been up to lately. They're now expanding operations in the land of clogs and tulips. Johnson & Johnson will buy Dutch biotech firm Crucell, that is, the part that it does not already own, for approximately $2.4 billion. J&J currently owns 17.9% of Crucell's outstanding shares, and the move will help boost its vaccine business. J&J said Crucell's board has agreed to the takeover offer and has recommended the bid to its shareholders. However, some major shareholders have expressed concerns that the bid is too low. J&J is offering a 58% premium, so chances are those concerns will fall on deaf ears. The pharma giant says it expects to maintain Crucell's existing facilities, its senior management, and generally its current employment levels. It also intends to keep Crucell as the center for vaccines within the J&J pharmaceutical group. Take a look at this one, Jeremy. Anyway, if it feels like the biotech industry is shrinking, it's not just your imagination. In fact, in the past 3 years, 25% of the biotech companies have gone by the wayside. Industry trade group Bio found that the elimination of 100 biotech companies over the past 3 years, either by shutting their doors or being acquired, plus a weak IPO market, are all to blame. Acquisitions have actually been declining from a high of 55 in 2008, dropping to 28 last year with only 21 so far this year. Bio's silver lining, only 1 in 4 public companies has less than a year's worth of cash on hand, compared to almost half at the end of 2008. But about 40% of the financially healthy companies cut their staffs in order to shore up their bottom line. GlaxoSmithKline has asked the FDA to pull R.J. Reynolds' dissolvable tobacco products off the market. The products, Camel Orbs, Sticks, and Strips, are already in test markets around the country while still under review by an FDA advisory committee. Reynolds bills the smokeless products as cigarette alternatives and as smoking cessation aids. And that's where GSK comes in with a bone to pick. GSK is claiming that smokeless tobacco products have an unknown safety record, but the truth lies in GSK's bottom line. The company sells nicotine replacement products, the non-tobacco kind, and had to conduct clinical trials to get them to the market. That cost money. Now these new dissolvable products could undermine GSK's sales and cost them millions in lost revenue. We'll let you know how this all turns out. Time for some quick hits now and talk about a September swoon. After several months of low layoff numbers, the pharma industry suffers a spike in cuts. Yes, I know it's October. The story's about September. Pharma industry reported cutting 6,000 jobs in September, the highest since May, according to outplacement consultancy firm Challenger Gray & Christmas. It brings the industry's total of 2010 layoffs to a whopping 43,334. Pharma layoffs came in second only to the government and the nonprofit sector. Edwards Life Sciences has opened a new facility in Draper, Utah. The company will hire up to 1,000 new employees there. The facility manufactures the company's cardiac surgery systems products and accessories for its transcatheter heart valve systems. A bill allowing patients with rare diseases to get compensation for participating in clinical trials without losing any federal disability benefits has been signed into law. Under the Act, the first $2,000 per year received for participating in a trial for treatment of a rare disease or condition will not be counted as income in determining eligibility for medical assistance. That's good for patients and drug makers alike. Novartis is reserving $590 million to close out 2 development programs, including hepatitis C treatment Zalbin. Novartis says that new mid-stage data on Zalbin helped persuade the company to take a $230 million hit on the drug. Another $360 million charge will be taken to stop work on Micrograb. Its partner in these developments, Human Genome Sciences, will move on to Benlysta, HGS's surprising new lupus drug. Researchers have found that combination vaccines that protect against multiple maladies work better than vaccines for individual infections, including anthrax vaccines stockpiled by the U.S. government. The vaccine developed by the FDA and the National Cancer Institute, which protects against anthrax and smallpox, helped rabbits develop immunity against anthrax faster than the BioThrax vaccine made by Emergent BioSolutions. Also, the combo vaccine had fewer side effects than BioThrax or a smallpox vaccine owned by Pfizer, from which the combo vaccine was derived. Jeremy, hey, spider. Get it? Hey, spider. It's a spider made of hay. Ugh. C1 Pharma, a cardiovascular drug company in China, is searching for up to $700 million in funding for its first public offering on the Hong Kong market, scheduled for the end of this month. The company was previously traded on the Singapore market. Novartis will pay $422 million to resolve an investigation into alleged off-label promotion of Trileptal. This also includes civil allegations relating to 5 other products: Diovan, Exforge, Sandostatin, Tecturna, and Zelnorm. The U.S. arm of Novartis allegedly created marketing materials promoting Trileptal for off-label uses, including neuropathic pain and bipolar disease, between July 2000 and December of 2001. The Obama administration boosted its pledge to the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. The 38% jump to $4 billion is the largest pledge ever by a donor to the Global Fund and represents one of the largest increases by an individual donor country. A reminder that we're only a week away from AdvaMed 2010, the MedTech conference, and Beaker will be there. This October, life sciences CEOs and executives from around the world will gather in Washington, D.C. for AdvaMed 2010, the MedTech conference. Unlike traditional industry conventions, this conference brings together top industry insiders with a wide range of meaningful subjects up for discussion. From regulatory affairs and reimbursement to IP and business development, if it's important to the industry, you will find it here. Guests will include Dr. Margaret Hamburg and CBS News anchor Katie Couric, along with hundreds of industry leaders. Beaker is an official media partner, and we invite you to join us there. Click on the link on our homepage to learn more and register for your spot at AdvaMed 2010, the MedTech conference. So these guys here passed away in the 1850s, Jeremy. Maybe they died from whooping cough. It's making a comeback, you know. Next fall, a new state law will require 7th through 12th grade students in California to get a whooping cough booster shot before starting school. Teens who have not been immunized have been a factor in the spread of the disease, which has infected at least 5,200 people in California this year. It makes this year's pertussis epidemic the largest to hit the state since 1950. Most vulnerable to whooping cough are infants too young to be immunized. 9 babies, all less than 3 months old, have died so far this year in California. Nationally, only 40% of adolescents had the vaccine, known as Tdap, in 2008. Sanofi Pasteur and GlaxoSmithKline are among the companies that manufacture the vaccine booster, and that should give them a boost to the bottom line. It's terrible. Anyway, thanks for watching this week's edition of BeakerBeat. I'm Mike Justice. We'll see you again next week. Jeremy, come find me. Take me, pick me, Jeremy. Sit, Beaker, sit. Good dog. Whoa, spooky demons. This is my dad's high school, you know, Jeremy. They're spooky.